All right, people, we are back. Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus testing. We're testing the cellular connection. We're going to do so on the AT&T network here today in this video, and we're doing it from the lower level. We already made videos on the main level, so now we're going to test it a little bit more extreme condition. Trying to get a signal on a lower level can be pretty challenging at times. All right, so we're going to do 5G. We're going to do LTE. We're going to run it through the gauntlet. We're going to look at the bands it's connecting to and check to see which frequencies are connecting, how much bandwidth we got. We'll look to see if we have a usable connection. We'll see if it's stable. We'll see how much speed is available, what you could do with it, that sort of thing. And I think the conversation about whether or not this is an upgrade over last year's model, right? So I've done the same testing with the S24 throughout much of last year. So I kind of know what the expectations are going to be. If this is going to be an improvement, you know, we should be able to identify it. Main level testing, you know, for AT&T compared to last year's phone, you know, I'd say it's a pretty modest improvement, maybe 15 to 25% between like 5G and 4G LTE. So, you know, you get a little bit more speed, you get a little bit of more of a quality connection. It's a little bit more reliable, right? Because the cellular hardware is a little bit better, right? Modems and radios, every year things get a little better. So we definitely did see that. We saw additional downlink throughput on both the 5G Plus and the 4G LTE, but and some improvements to uplink on the 5G side. Didn't really see much improvements to the LTE side for uplink, but some we noticed, you know, and we called it out in the last video. We'll be looking for something similar here, looking for an improvement for those of you looking to maybe upgrade over an older device, even if it's not the S24. If you got a 23 or a 22, I'm saying it's definitely worth your considerations because of the improvements you get, you know, from a year to year or every 2 years, every 3 years, whatever your upgrade rate is. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up this last piece of testing here and take a look at some of the metrics. And we are connected to 5G Plus. You'll see it in the upper right-hand corner. And that tells you you're connecting to N77, some combination of C-band and or DoD. So it's going to be the testing that starts here at 8:33 a.m. All right, so we're in the early morning, and it's not fast, right? We are connecting, and that's exciting, right? You're getting a higher frequency. It's 3700 or 3450, depends which part of the band, lower part of the band or upper part. We don't know just by looking, but we're in like the 20s, 30s, 40s for downlink, and then uplink we're at about 3 megabits. Doesn't look like it's getting any better. When I ran the test, I saw 10 megahertz of band 12. I saw 120 megahertz of N77, and it was kind of cutting in and out. So I noticed that. So it's saying 5G Plus, but I don't think it's connecting to it consistently enough to actually give it the throughput. And I saw an additional 15 megahertz of band 2. So I did see an NSA 5G connection, right? So for what it's worth, but it's not very good, right? We're not really getting the signal. So it's cool that we're picking it up, and I think that's an improvement, showing that you can pick up the higher frequency in the lower level. But when I look at the actual performance of these tests, you know, you've got a little bit of an elevated ping. The loaded pings are way up. You know, this isn't going to be a very stable connection. This is the same criticism I had for the T-Mobile testing when I ran it, right? The fact that you're connected to N41, but you didn't have much uplink throughput, and I guess the sustainability of the connection, the stability of it is probably worth questioning, right? That's not ideal, right? So we'll take it for what it's worth, right? It connected to 5G Plus technically, I suppose. It's moved over to LTE, 4G LTE, upper right-hand corner. All right, now we're on LTE. We'll see if it's any different. We can check out the results now. We've ran LTE tests, and it would be the top 3, right? So not really that much different than the 5G Plus test. You know, like I said, when I was looking at the connection log, I didn't really see, you know, stability to the N77. It says it was connected. I believe it was, but I don't think it was contributing to anything because the throughput's basically the same, right? We're still in the 3 megabit range for uplink. we're still in the 30 to 40 range, you know, for downlink. So we're not really seeing anything substantial. If I look at the quality of the connection, I'm still seeing elevated loaded pings, especially the upload. The idle pings, while not the worst, and there's some jitter there, right? So it's not really a stable connection. It's a tough ask to get cellular networks connecting in lower levels, you know. So for what it's worth, I'm gonna go ahead and check the bands to see what we were connected to. All right, so the app is tripping. We got 10 megahertz of band 12 and 15 megahertz of band 2. That's it. All right, so there's your AT&T testing. What are my takeaways, right? So cool that we're connecting to C-band in the lower level. That's a higher frequency, so I guess it's impressive that it does connect. Was the connection meaningful? Did it do anything for us? Not really. We were getting slightly better performance and more stable performance, if you can say that, on the LTE. So, you know, it just goes to show you the challenge and the difficulty of getting a signal in a lower level. Cool that the phone was actually able to get it. Not really meaningful in the sake of using it, right? Doesn't really add any type of stability, any added throughput or anything, but LTE still available. You know, that's not going to be trouble for calls. Your messaging is going to work. Your video data sessions are probably going to be cool. I'm not sure about the video calling. The throughput's a little bit low. It might hold, you know, like for FaceTime and stuff like that. So that might be the case, but I think the phone itself, really good cellular performance, picking it up when it previously did not in the spot. So that's cool. It's definitely an improvement. I think if we were outdoors, obviously, you know, testing cell edge and range would be a different story. You'd probably see more stability, but there's a lot of factors that could be leading to this, like sector placement and azimuth and other things. But, you know, just to share with you guys some of the lower level testing, I'd say it's improved, meaning we're picking up signals we previously weren't. So that's exciting. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to anything substantial for us as the user, but whatever. Just thought I'd share this with you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you all in the next one.